Okay, so thanks so much for doing this interview, Barbara. I really enjoyed getting to know you on Facebook, and I'm really glad to be able to chat with you today.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, especially because we're both introverts. So,
I know. So there's that whole aspect to the interview. Yes.
yeah, I was like, if Barbara says yes to a video, that means she must really like Sabbatical Beauty because she's an introvert.
I know. So yes. So yeah, I am a little nervous, but I also
You're gonna
teach.
do great.
So yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna do great. So, can we start off by you telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. So my name is Barbara, and I'm 45 years old, and I am a professor
Mhm.
of communication and gender and women's studies. And so I do a lot of work on digital media and health promotion. I'm also a kids yoga teacher. So I do some work around yoga and mindfulness. And I have two young boys who are 9 and 6.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you learn about Sabbatical Beauty?
I think when I first heard about it, time kind of blurs, but I think it was sometime in 2016. Rebecca Schumann
Mm-hmm.
post and the article, I think it was in Slate or
Yep.
Huffington Post. And so
Leslie.
it was Slate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I first read about it then. And to be honest, I historically have not really had like a very good skincare regimen.
Yeah.
Um, and that's partly because I have a lot of skin issues, and I've really have found very few products that work on my skin. So I just kind of gave up on the whole thing. So I didn't really even think too much about the articles. Like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, cool. And then I eventually started getting Facebook ads last year for on my Facebook, and they just kept coming and coming and coming.
Mm-hmm.
So the marketing works. And so after my semester ended last year, in June, I'm finally like, okay, I need some self-care this summer, and let me just give it a try. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh, cool. So, oh, yay! First of all, Facebook ads
I
worked.
know. Yeah, I think it's like someone needs to see an ad like 7 times before like they're
Yeah.
convinced of something. So that was
Let's
definitely
even remember the brand, let alone like consider buying anything.
yeah.
So what convinced you to take the plunge and try the products?
Well, like I said, I've had a lot of skin issues with eczema, sensitive skin,
Mm-hmm.
and I've tried like different just regular creams over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Things are very sensitive. I don't wear makeup,
Mm-hmm.
but I had a really I left last semester, the last spring semester, feeling pretty burned out, and I was trying to decided that summer I wanted to up my self care.
Yeah.
So when the ads were coming through, and I was trying to kind of also at the time with my self care, like what can I do to help with my eczema? I saw the ad it was the Power Set. So it was
Mm-hmm.
Powerhouse and Marine. It was like $20. I was like, well, you know what? Let me just give it a try.
$20.
Yeah, it's $20. I'll give it a try. I'm trying to like deal with I want to come back to trying to deal with my skin a little bit better, and so I decided to buy it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so what have the results that you have seen so far since you tried Sabbatical Beauty?
Well, a couple things. First off, like I have found products that don't make my skin react badly. And so that's like a miracle in itself. Like I can put things on my skin and my skin is not getting red and rashy and doing a lot of awful stuff. So, but on a positive note, some of the products that I've found that really work for my skin, it's really helped to a couple things, kind of moisturize and just try to, because I have some dryness in my skin, it's kind of moisturizing. It's also helped to take away some of the redness and some of like this flaky redness.
Yeah.
And just leaving it more kind of smooth and supple and kind of looking a little bit more glowy.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
really great. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
since you've tried a bunch of stuff now, could you tell me what your desert island product would be?
That's hard. It's funny. I think my desert island product, I've been thinking about this. It's actually a product that I never even heard of until Sabbatical Beauty.
Yeah.
And even when I first heard about it through Sabbatical Beauty, I was like, why would anyone try that? And it's actually the vacuum cleaner cleansing oil.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. and it's because I have that's been the one type of skincare that I've had the worst luck with over the years, is finding a good cleanser that just clean my skin. And so I just don't. I shower. I've showered and let that be like the cleansing.
Yeah.
But through Sabbatical Beauty, I've learned more about the importance of trying to find a good cleanser. And so I decided to try vacuum cleaner oil. And what I like about it is that it does clean my skin. It's not irritating to my skin. And it also really works to soothe and calm my skin. And so in particular, what I really noticed, my forehead from my eczema tends to be very dry and leathery. And like nothing's ever really soften that leatheriness, and the vacuum cleaner oil does. Like my forehead skin is like the rest of my skin on my face now, which is something I never thought was going to happen.
Oh wow, that's really great.
Yeah. So
I actually generally I use vacuum cleaner as my only cleanse also, because I have very dry skin.
Yeah.
So in the summer I can put a foaming cleanse in, but like in winter I just do an oil cleanse, because then my skin is like, you're so dry. That's all you can do.
Yeah, exactly. And and so it's been great. And plus I love it. And I know I've talked to you about this before. The oil cleanser, you have to kind of massage it in.
Yep.
Just because of like, life is stressful, work is stressful, parenting is stressful. And it really is like, I come home at the end of the day when it's time to wash my face, I put my oil on, and I can spend a few minutes giving myself a face massage.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I love it so much. It's like I build in face massages into my daily routine now, and that is awesome.
Yeah, Marissa did such a great job with that video showing us how to do the face massage, and then it feels so relaxing.
Totally. And like I gotten those little derma rollers from the Jade one. Yeah, to kind of help with the massage. You know how she had that one? It was the plastic one with the flowers. I got that.
You got that. How is it? Do you like it?
Awesome.
Okay, maybe I should check it out too.
Yeah, and my kids, like my younger son likes to like do the roller in his face too. He thinks it's kind of funny. So.
Funny, awesome.
Yeah.
So could you tell me about your experience with the Sabbatical Beauty Facebook community?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of like a Facebook group junkie, so I tend to join a lot of different groups for different purposes. And so I really like kind of like, group atmospheres. I don't always participate in all the groups actively, but I like being part of a lot of groups. And what I really like about the Sabbatical Beauty group, and I do try to participate, I really actually enjoy participating in this group too, is one, I do, I love it. I've learned a lot about skincare. Like I said before, even though I have lots of skin issues, I just didn't deal with skincare before. So I've learned so much about taking care of your skin, different ingredients, how they work with your skin. I love learning about the science of all the ingredients. That might be some of my academic background. I just like to do research and look things up.
Yeah, I know. You're always super happy whenever I go into a very nerdy explanation, and you're the first one that's like, yes, this is great.
I know, I love it. I've done my own research on things. And so I've loved that learning process, and people are super helpful in giving recommendations for, different products and how they might work in different situations, how to use products. And, I know like, Gretchen, like, she deemed herself like the clueless Anne.
Yeah.
And that's how I sort of felt. And so I just needed all this help to even know, like, what do I do with all these products? But I also like the group for a couple other reasons. And one reason is because it's a skincare focus on skincare products, but it's within that broader context of self-care.
Yes.
And so, yes, we talk about skincare, and yes, there's discussions about how taking care of your skin can be a form of self-care, like the facial massages and, stuff like that. But the discussions bleed over into sort of how we do self-care in general. And, I think, for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people in the group, once again, we, life is busy. We've got lots of priorities. As women, we tend to, neglect a lot of our self-care needs. So I love having a community where we talk about self-care. And so the group has, helped me not only practice self-care with my skin, but it's also motivated me to think about other ways in my life that I can up my self-care and bring more self-care into my life. Plus it's got like a nice feminist, sensibility to it, which I really appreciate that as well. And so, you know, it's got really good politics in that regard.
Yeah, I think that, you know, the funny thing is that as I've been doing these interviews with people, a common theme is that like people who are now like really ardent Sabbatical Beauty like participants in the group actually never cared about skincare before Sabbatical Beauty.
Yeah.
Like I actually am one of those people. Like
Yeah.
I thought that I just couldn't really use stuff. I couldn't trust anything, and I just like never used it until I started discovering Korean beauty and I started making my own stuff. But like when my mom heard that I was making a skincare company, she thought I was having a midlife crisis. She's like, "You're not a beauty person." So,
Yeah.
but the funny thing is that seems to be a lot of people that I attract as well. Like people who are not beauty people, but you know, they are attracted to it not just because of skincare, but because they like all the other aspects. They like the feminism, they like the self-care. And I think that for me is a really important point. Like for me, that's a big part of Sabbatical Beauty.
I think so too, and I think for me too, like, you know, coming at it as being an academic, and kind of like a feminist academic, I think putting both of those two things together, I think there's kind of a message that a lot of us get, that like, oh, that's just your beauty. You're not supposed to care about that. It's about the mind and about, you know, being a good feminist, and caring too much about your skin is somehow buying too much into like beauty standards and ideas.
Exactly. Like this is bad beauty myth stuff and male gaze and all that.
Exactly. And I mean, of course, like, you know, it is always something, you know, all of us are sort of grappling with, but it's really, I think one thing I love about this community is that it's because there's other academics or people who have feminist sensibilities, you know, it's made me feel like it's okay to care about my skin.
Yes.
Like it's okay for me to take care of it. And to give myself that time to think about skincare.
Yeah, no, I totally see that. And I think also like people have said that, you know, it's really nice that this is a community of mostly women where we support one another, you know, and it's like you're not really doing stuff for your skin for like to look good for men around you, but like all of us take no makeup selfies just to be like hi with one another, and then we celebrate one another, which I've heard that I know it's very rare within the beauty community to have like a lack of competitiveness between women and to have cooperation and community.
Yeah, that support's so awesome, and that even goes beyond the self-care. But I mean, just like people like sharing stuff they're struggling with or dealing with, work stuff, parenting stuff, and just having other people there like kind of like have your back and be there to kind of like, you know, really be there to like form really positive, you know, connections with you. So
and that means so much also because a lot of the support that I see you guys giving each other, which makes me so happy, the support isn't just like superficial support, like, oh, everything's going to be okay. But I see like, you know, really thoughtful responses about dealing with toxic people, how to set boundaries but still care for yourself, which are really great. And a lot of self-affirming stuff, within all that. So.
Definitely. There's just a lot of support, and just really like opening up and people sharing their experiences and really trying to connect on that deeper level with each other.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about the group too.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you were talking to somebody who was on the fence about making their first purchase, what advice would you give to them?
In terms of like what kind of product to buy or how to think about products?
Oh, anything.
Well, I would say definitely give it a try. You know, because I was on the fence and I kind of just made the leap. And I think I would say start small. Like you do have some really nice sampler sets, and some are really relatively inexpensive and work for a lot of skincare types, like the Power Set.
Yep.
Just give it a try and start small and just see what you think. And that's what I really appreciate about it. I've done a lot of purchasing of samples, and so it's really how I got to know what's working, what's not working for me, and it was super empowering. And I would also tell them, you know, just once you find a few things that you like, then consider trying other things that you might not have considered before, because you never know what you might like. Like I didn't, like I said, the vacuum cleaner cleansing oil is my favorite product, but I hadn't even heard of a cleansing oil until I joined, and so that was pretty cool. But yeah, start small and just and join the group, get feedback from the group, and hear what other people say about the products if they're still kind of on the fence.
Yeah, that's really good advice. So thank you so much, Barbara, for chatting with me today. I've really enjoyed talking to you. It's been nice talking to you. And I'm going to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Are you staying in town or going away?
We're sort of. I mean, a lot of my family are in the area, so we're going up to Westchester, Pennsylvania. So
okay, cool.
In Pennsylvania and just hanging out with family. So, are you going to be around for Thanksgiving or?
No, we're leaving for Michigan tomorrow. That's where my husband is from.
Okay. Oh wow. Good luck with your traveling.
Yeah, we're leaving on Thanksgiving Day too, and just going to have the dinner on Saturday instead. Yeah. So, but yeah, we think that traffic will be light tomorrow. So. Hopefully.
Usually we've traveled on Thanksgiving Day before sometimes, and it's not too bad. So we've done some big trips before, yeah.
So anyway, so have a great Thanksgiving. It's really nice to chat with you, and I'll see you in the group.
Sounds awesome. Okay, take care.
Bye. Bye.